This is really critical because 2 segments ago in YT190, I talked about the pious predecessors, the Salaf that the traditionalists are attached to, and they believe they were the best generation, and so on and so forth. I want to share with you something from Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Both are the major, most important collections of narrations in our tradition. I'm going to bring you this narration, Hadith al-Raziyya. This narration is about the time, the last couple of days before Muhammad ﷺ died. He was in bed in his own house, and some of the companions were gathering around him. The house was full of many, many people. So Muhammad ﷺ, hudira, that means close to death. And he is in his house, and in the house there are many men, including Omar ibn al-Khattab. Please don't hold it against me. I'm just reading what is in Al-Bukhari and Muslim. I've never talked about this before in public, but please listen. This is our tradition. This is our 1400 years of scholarship. They don't tell you this because it's embarrassing, it's awkward, it's inconvenient. Yeah, read it for yourself, and I'm putting all the references, and hopefully you will check it out. Omar ibn al-Khattab is part of this group. Muhammad ﷺ said, bring me something and let me write for you a book meaning a letter, after which you would not ever get lost. Meaning I will give you some last minute declarations and instructions. This narration doesn't say about what, but it says after this you will never go astray. So he's going to give them some explicit knowledge that he probably did not share with them before. That by itself should make you think. Anyway, these are not my words, not my claims. I'm telling you, this is in collection of Bukhari, collection of Muslim, considered sahih, reliable, true, fully acceptable. Not by me, by them. So I'm speaking to the traditionalists. Omar said, and Nabi, he's referring to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, غلبه الوجع, is overcome by pain. وعندكم القرآن, you have the Quran. فحسبنا كتاب الله, enough for us is the book of Allah. Who's saying that? Omar. Was Omar a Quranist? I mean, he has the Nabi in front of him, as the narration says. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is right there in front of him, and he's offering to give them clear instructions after which they would never go lost. Omar ibn al-Khattab said, yeah, that's the same Omar who became the second caliph. That's what the narration says, not me. Omar says Muhammad is not a good source right now because he's overcome by pain, and we already have the Quran, and we already have enough for us, the book of Allah. You decide what is Omar saying, why. I'm not going to comment. I'm going to leave you to reflect. And by the way, there is some logic in Omar's words, but I'm not going to comment. And then the narration continues. And then they disagreed. Who? The people who were gathered. Some of them says, let Rasulullah, notice this person is saying Rasulullah. Omar said Nabi. Think, reflect. So Rasulullah will write for you a letter after which you would never get lost. And then another group say what Omar said, meaning there were some people who took sides with Omar, and there were some people who were saying, no, allow Muhammad to tell us what he knows. Allow Muhammad to tell us what he knows, after which you would never get lost. Did they get lost and confused and in disagreement after him? Yes, they did. You all know that. So did Muhammad keep some things that he did not share or was not allowed to share? This narration says yes. I know this is shocking, but I'm reading the narration, that's all I'm doing. So the disagreement became too loud, and they were, arguing back and forth. Where are they? In Muhammad's chamber. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, get up and away from me. Qumu anni, get up and away from me. Meaning get out, all of you. And then later on he died. Did Muhammad die pleased with them? This narration says no. I'm not making it up. I'm telling you this is what there. It gets worse, by the way. It gets worse. Now, the narrator is the original reporter of this narration. He continues, from there on, Ibn Abbas So Ibn Abbas, this person that everyone, values a lot when it comes to tafsir of Quran, he says, every time later on he would say, إن الرزية كل الرزية ما حال بين رسول الله وبين أن يكتب لهم ذلك الكتاب من اختلافهم ولغتهم. The disaster, all of the disaster, resulted because of what prevented that group of people from Muhammad writing that letter for them, because of their disagreements and their loud argumentation that took place on that day. Let me repeat it. The disaster, all the disaster. Who's saying this? Abdullah ibn Abbas, the major companion, even though when Muhammad died he was only 8 to 12 years old, we don't know for sure. This person, Abdullah ibn Abbas, obviously witnessed this, and he's saying the disaster, all the disaster, resulted from some group of people preventing Muhammad from writing that final letter. I hope it's really clear. This is what the narration says, not me. If this is not shocking to you, I don't know what will shock you into seeking the truth. Yeah, we are in trouble. And it's been this way for more than 1400 years.